right. Yarok the Desecrated here. Whenever a permanent entering the battlefield will cause a trigger to trigger, you get 2 of those instead. We pair this with Risen Reef, Rejuvenator, Cavalier of Thorns, Uro, and most importantly, Field of the Dead way down here in our 31 land mana base to make lots of power in play. The reason why I like this Field of the Dead deck as opposed to Scape Shift or the other more linear Field of the Dead decks is Disfigure, Maelstrom Pulse, and a slew of other cheap removal spells post-board really allows us to pivot into kind of a Sultai mid-range / control deck post-board against the aggro decks, because I do think aggressive decks are the best way to attack Field of the Dead, and this Field of the Dead deck is a good post-board game plan against people trying to do that. So let's go ahead and hop on into some ranked matches here with this one and see how it goes. You're an Eternal guy. We've always matched our taste in MTG. It makes sense that I've subbed for almost 2 years thanks to the memories. So, Stormbreath Dragon, one thing that I think is really important to hammer home is the issue, in my opinion, with Pioneer in its current format is not the cards that are legal in it. The issue with Pioneer is the fact that they refuse to manage the format appropriately. For example, when they decided to stop banning obnoxious combos in Pioneer, they didn't go back and unban things. Whereas Historic, one of the reasons why I'm super optimistic about it is that they've already unbanned things in Historic. So, like, in addition to Historic containing a number of cards that aren't Pioneer legal and likely never will be Pioneer legal, this format also, the ban list is being handled in a different way that I think is much better in my opinion. How many decks have we played so far? This is our 4th deck of the day, 2nd Historic deck. Alright, well that gets very scary very quickly. I think I'm going to be a little greedy in Yarok this turn and give them a turn with their Angel here. So we get 2 Scries to try and trigger Field of the Dead here. That's a Risen Reef. I'm going to bottom that. I think we just need Cavaliers. Burning Tree Emissary, in my opinion, is the only card they've added directly to Historic so far that I think was a pretty big mistake to add. 2nd Serra Ascendant. Alright, yep. Well, you know. Alright, we have 12 looks at an untapped green or black source here. This is a very good draw. This is what we were looking for. Ring-a-ding-ding. Ring-a-ding-ding. We might win this game. Hey, I'm just looking for another removal spell at this point. Good night. Bye, Felicia. They want to kill Yarok. He gets to kill some of their angels. Was that the corner? Because it felt like the corner. It did. It did. If they don't have land 4 mana Johnny, we should be good to go here, I think. That's a very good one. Okay, there's gonna be a game still. So... I think I start with this. This draws 4. This gains 6. This format seems sweet because both you and your opponent's darts have been insanely powerful and they felt fun and fair. I agree. Yes, you need to be very active at checking the auto tapper while playing this deck or you will have a very, very bad time. Yes, the auto tapper does not leave up colors for spells you might draw in the future. Just casual, gain 12 this turn, no big deal. Whee! You love to see it, chat. You love to see it. Okay, can we pour one out for Maelstrom Pulse, by the way? Maelstrom Pulse was 1,000% why we won that game, huh? Twas real good. So, you generally speaking trim one colorless land. Depending on, you trim Arc, Field of Ruin, or Blast Zone, depending on which of the 3 is not useful. Against aggro, you always trim Nexus of Fate against anything that's not mid-range or control, or sometimes other combo mirrors, it's fine to leave it in. I'm not sure I want Murderous Rider here. I think Risen Reef is probably a trim. I might not want Disfigure in this matchup. Their deck's a weird mix. I'm not 100% sure what their list looks like, because, like, they had the 1/4 with the Angel, but they also had, like, the Leonin 1-drop, and they have Sarah, and, like, this kills those nice and early, which is good. Let's try this. I might cut the Disfigures if we have a game 3 and we see more of their deck and it looks like it's not great. Sure, hand's great by its stuff. It's a good clean turn 4. That's phenomenal. This is like one of our nut draws here. Blast Zone is very good in this matchup. In fact, I'm gonna shock this in here because I want to avoid putting Blast Zone into play until later so I can hopefully get extra value with it. Oh, we dumped an Uro there too. That's so good. So good. Do 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 do. beep, 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 doo 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 doo. You love to see it, chat. Who's Ron Paul? Ron Paul he's technically an independent, right? But he's an independent who caucuses with the Republicans. He is a Republican. Okay, I wasn't sure. Just say he's scum. He is scum. He is scum. I'm gonna go ahead and blow Blast Zone here. Oh, these are two different people? Ron Paul and Ron Paul are different people. The only independent senators are Gerald King and Bernie, and they both caucus with Dems. Okay. I'm sorry I missed it. Which figure? Which figure? This one right here. Playing Yarok Field feels like home. It feels like home, chat. It makes me all warm and fuzzy on the inside. I feel happy do 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 boop boop do 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 do. Saying racist, bigoted GOP senator is redundant. Yeah, you just gotta say GOP. The other two parts are implied. If we played all the Historic Anthology 2 cards, I think we've hit all the playable ones at this point. Yeah, we'll mulligan that. This doesn't really do anything. Sure, in it to win it, chat. I mean, our deck is technically capable of taking all the turns. I would like the record to reflect that we are technically capable of taking all the turns. Don't sell us short, chat. Opponent cube for the wrong format. Oh, I have some standards. That's funny. I was like, no, they're playing cards that are historic legal. Hey, the Nexus decks play like Brazen Borrower and what's it called these days? Do we just, like, assume they're playing Bant and they kept a bad hand? I think that's the play, right? We just assume they're playing Bant and they kept a bad hand. Yes, we were talking about that, McLam. So Blast Zone out here is fine because their zombies cost 0, so it doesn't really clean those out. Sure, in it to win it. Nah, usually we can beat a field and play TBS Coke. Our deck's much better at producing zombies than the Bant deck is on average. Alright, you can keep your Hydra increases. Would you like to play a 2-2? You would. I think this matchup can be a struggle for our deck. They go a little bit bigger and greedier than we do. Oh, I don't think it's unwinnable by any means, but it's definitely not easy. We have good tools here, but notable that they have 2 basic forests in play currently. They don't have another agent here. We're in an okay spot.
This isn't a fight you can win.
Well, that's kind of another agent. Really? Okay. I am very surprised that they... I'm very surprised that they, So, I'm gonna play Field of the Dead before I play this, so that way if this hits any lands on the Risen Reef triggers, those lands make zombies. So I end up a zombie with this sequencing. If these are blanks, we're in an incredibly good spot.
Let's try this.
How is Modern? Pretty medium. Alright, we should far out zombie them next turn though. Alright. they're gonna put up a fight here. So this is 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're gonna have 12, 11 zombies here. Yawn Morty, go right on time. Yeah, ego on the Uros is the player. All right, so no scape shifts. They have one more agent. They have some Golos. They have some Hydrate Graces. Acker, thank you for the 15 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, so they're going to fetch here and make 12 zombies, but thanks to Uro gaining us 6. Were there 2 more agents there? I skimmed it really quickly. I'd believe you if there were. So this is only at 2. If they draw a brick next turn, I get to Risen Reef for a bunch of triggers and then Nexus.
Don't worry, I got this.
All right, chat, I'm gonna blow your mind. Watch this. Click the 8, click the 14. Shazam. You love to see it. Hey, Psycon, thanks for the quarter of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Opponent actually just concedes. Okay. All right. we take those. They stole my foil field. So they had a foil field because they stole mine. Yeah, when they drew a brick there, we were like an incredible favorite to win the match from there. Sure. He needs to draw some lands, but our deck is over half lands. We got some interaction for an aggro deck. What are the odds? What are the odds they're playing Grill? What are the odds they're playing Grill? Read. It's a good draw. Let's just Maelstrom Pulse Uro next turn. I wish there was an option in the settings to have your sleeves toggle to off. until you actually start playing. So that way you can like have on-theme sleeves and not give away information. So unfortunately, Uro pretty awful against Klothys here. Sorry, opponent. Which figure? This one over here. You love to see it, chat. You love to see it. All right, so this is 6, 7, 8. This would only be 9. So I'm gonna play this out to start because I can't draw a card with this yet, anyways. But we can scry with this. If we can fade Questerson, I guess we can kill Questerson after it hits us once. We do. There is pressure on us to actually end this game, though, because of this. These are the Thassa Constellation sleeves here. I think they're from one of the secret layers. One of the subs gave them to me. Coffees for closers, chat. And Yarok's about to get himself a cup of joe. Triggers. Opponent, meet the corner. We're gonna fly around it here. Thankfully, Yarok Field doesn't spend a lot of time in garbage time. Gets to close in real quickly. Double up those sweet life gain land points. All right. Nexus of Fate and a colorless land. First cuts against aggro decks. Do I want Disfigure? I probably want Disfigure in this matchup, huh? Risen Reef's a fine cut. It's probably, maybe I just cut the fourth one. This seems fine. Disfigure's fine. It acts as a combat trick, which is good too. I think I like this plan. Happy birthday, Bulletproof Boat. Yeah, work from home for the foreseeable future for those that could do it. It's probably reality. This could be a situation that's a few months. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of school districts are just out for the rest of the year. How come I gave up on the mid-rangey Crocs deck from a couple of weeks ago? It has a very poor matchup against the... It has a very poor matchup against the Fires decks. It's also not stellar against Flash. It's also just barely passable against Teamer Adventurers. They're saying that's the case for schools where you live. Yep. Yeah, they haven't made that announcement in a lot of places here in the US, but I expect it to be coming. I know hearing Christy talk to like other parents around where we live, a lot of them expect this to be over and done with soon. I think they just don't understand the reality of what's going on. A lot of people that haven't been watching other news orgs from around the world. I love the Yarok animation. It's so good. It's like straight out of a sci-fi movie. So I didn't play my Scryland before drawing because I wanted to be able to play an untapped land in the event that I drew a 5-drop there. I think we're probably dead from here. I am proud of you, engineer. Thanks for doing your part for the rest of us. Thrill Panda, thanks for 17 months. Welcome back. Probably dead here. Opponent's deck had a good mix of aggression and disruption there. Ran us down pretty thoroughly. I'm not sure if Disfigure is actually useful or not here. I think I'm going to cut these and bring in the Risen Reefs on the play, be a little greedy. Yeah, I wasn't activating the passage in case I drew a Field of the Dead. He writes in the public health field and said public isolation expected to last until at least June. Yep. Seems like a realistic timeline. I will probably Rejuvenator before Risen Reef here because it's more likely to help me fix my colors. That start is incredibly good for us here. Very slow out of the gates for them, which gives us a chance to have our slower start get leveraged as well. Okay, well, we still haven't found a black source, but we found 2 green sources. So he gets a Cavalier of Thorns next turn, so that's good. And Cavalier of Thorns gets lands untapped, so if Cavalier is able to find a black source, we'll be able to cast down. The reviews are in, and 2020 is the first 1-star year ever. Remember when we thought 2019 was the floor, and we had to go up? Basically, what I'm saying is we did this to ourselves. And like, we're at 15 here with this board stage. This game's pretty much over at this point. I don't think my opponent's opening hand was keepable this game. I don't think Bone Crusher Stomp Me as their first play is good enough. Like, if they cleave me here, they kill my Cavalier, but it's going to put Yarok on top of my deck. How do you approach the Heliod Sisters matchup? You're the control deck. Bring in all your removal. If they don't run you down, Ajani's their best card in the matchup. Hope they don't run you down. I'm going to decline putting this into play because I can play it from my hand untapped and then hold up cast down. Because I think there's a chance the Grazer could block something bigger and absorb more damage later. I actually think Approach the Second Sun will be a sweet addition to this format. I am looking forward to that. Mastermind, thanks for 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. Why not attack with Grazer? Asking the real questions. Could have sent a stronger message attacking with Grazer. Hey chat, it's snowing. The fact that I'm not leaving the house means I haven't been checking the weather. So like whenever there's weather outside, it's like a happy accident. It's like, oh, there's rain today. Oh, it's really nice out. I can open the windows. Oh, it's snowing. I don't think they didn't give us a specific time frame on any of the things, Bulletproof Pope. We just know Amonkhet Remastered, Jumpstart, and Pioneer Remastered are the Pioneer Masters are the 3 things we're getting this year. I did a few hours yesterday, which actually didn't make it up onto YouTube because it's one long video, so it took forever to process. For people that are fans of Hoagland on the Weekend, for the next few months, it's looking like, while things are on lockdown and social distancing protocols are in place, the weekend is gonna be my new weekday, so to speak. So this week I'm planning on taking off Tuesday and Friday. And as always, everything will still end up on the YouTube channel. So if you're looking for content on those days, you'll be able to check out jeffhoagland.com as always. The days do just kind of all run together. Christy's job allows her to work from home. So I wanted to take off a couple of days during the week so she's not trying to wrangle kids every day while she's also working. She'll do more of the wrangling on the weekends. I'll do more of the wrangling on the days I'm off. Ooh, is it a mirror? I haven't played a mirror yet this season. It's a good change, Bulletproof. Them pivoting to understand that things like historic should be a feature and not a bug are great. You love to see it. Working from home is really boosting your shilling total. That's great. Well, that's just rude. There is a weekends command. Actually, I should lead on Yarok, right? Yeah, I should have played the Thornwood Falls this turn. That's whatever. Bring out your dead. Your field of the dead. Do 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 do. Be do do do. Do 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 do. What's going on, Worky? The uptime is not accurate because my internet died halfway through the stream. We've been live since 8 a.m. this morning. My weekend streams are gonna be the same time frame as my normal weekday streams. Just literally taking my workday and changing when it happens. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. So this Nexus, we actually just did on board, right? So I can only block 2 of these. So Nexus is super lethal. We started the day playing the Fall of the Thran, some Fall of the Thran variations for Historic. We also played Red, White Knights in Standard and Just Sky Tempo in Modern. Alright, the mirror. So, I'm going to go ahead and throw my sponsor page up here because I can't show all of you how I sideboard in the Yarok Field mirror. Because if you know how I'm boarding in the mirror, I'm not going to really have a good chance to beat people when we play it on stream. Alright, JK. Alright, what are we doing? So, Unmoored Ego is an easy in. We cut the Grazers and the Disfigures. We have Trophy, Agonizing Remorse to Stroke. All seem fine. Agonizing Remorse is probably the trim. I think I'd rather have Stroke. These games often come down to players being empty-handed, and discard spells aren't stellar when both players are empty-handed. Blast Zone's not super useful here, so trim a colorless land like we usually do. Seems like a good plan. These post-board games can get a little weird, because, like, you'll have games where both players unmoored ego each other, and, like, neither of you have Fields of the Dead. In fact, one of the things you want to prioritize doing in the post-board games is getting Field of the Dead into play quicker, so that way it's in play and they can't ego it away from you. Is Stroke just on the board for this matchup? It's good against other Field of the Dead decks. It's good against Nexus of Fate. I wouldn't be surprised if there's good Cavalier Fires decks in this format once people explore it a little more. All right, so our fields are gone. All right, chat. One good ego deserves another, right? Let's take a peekaboo here at what they have going on. They have Noxious Grasp. You don't want to click the fourth one yet, because then it'll finish resolving and you won't get to look at their deck. They have Ritual of Soot. They brought in a Leyline of the Void. They have a Garrick. They have an Ashiok. They only have one Maelstrom Pulse. Are there any Uros in here? Are they not playing Uro? Wow. Oh, wait, there's one? There's one Uro? Okay. Garrick and Crisis are notable threat diversification. All right, and now we're just playing a Sultai Rampmere. Is it possible you could explain Historic? I've been busy at work, and I logged back into Twitch a short time ago. Is Wizards adding in older cards? Yes, so Historic is gaining its name from the fact that in addition to gaining all cards that are printed into... In addition to gaining cards that are printed into Magic Standard Legal sets, every quarter, Wizards is also back adding 15 to 25 cards directly into the format. So they call them historic anthologies, and then past those injections of cards, Historic is also going to gain cards from sets like Jumpstart, as well as things like Pioneer Remastered that are supposed to be coming up as well. Okay. Well, they got rid of my Yarok, so now I can pulse their Yarok without having to worry about it. So Pioneer Remastered is nothing we have anything super concrete about. The expectation is that it's going to be a set full of Pioneer staples. That'll be their first step in eventually getting the entirety of Pioneer onto Arena. So I'm actually going to lead on Rejuvenator here, rather than playing Cavalier out while they have Trophy. Because my goal here is, yes, they changed mantra and eventually intend to get all of Pioneer onto Arena. Yes, yeah, they've changed their position on that. On non-rotating formats on the client. That's unfortunate. I guess trophying this is kinda... Yeah, this is wrong. I should just untap and Maelstrom Pulse this, right? Because this gives them the third green for their Cavalier. Yeah, they give them the third green for the Cavalier. So I assume they're going to trophy Madorko here. Yeah, we're doing well, Steven. We're staying indoors. Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh, if I'd have gotten a forest there, I would have been able to Cavalier, right? Yikes. That's fine. I still get to what's it called? Scry this turn, but definitely should have gotten a forest to Cavalier there. 10 out of 10. Big mistake. Yep, now I'm not going to get to draw another card with this, which is sad. I would love an arrow, thank you. Ooh, and then we milled an arrow too, that's great. They have a pause. I think this is a removal spell. That's a growth spiral. Okay, that makes sense. They drew a land. Super punished for the timing on that growth spiral. They could have sniped my arrow if they'd have been more aggressive with that. We are almost lethal here, right? I get to Maelstrom Pulse this, Nexus of Fate, and then attack. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I talked about it too! I talked about it too. Listen, chat. Listen, chat, they don't print symmetrical cards anymore. They don't print symmetrical cards anymore. Should I Nexus in response? I don't actually think I'm supposed to. I don't really want to redraw Maelstrom Pulse. I want to put it in my deck, but I don't really... Actually, do I even want it in my deck? I'm not sure that I do, right? I think I'm going to decline here. All right, so... What are we naming? I think it's their Uro, right? So they have a Krasis, a Garrick, a Cavalier, some Yaroks. You love to see it, chat. You love to see it. There were 2 Krasis in there? Okay. Well, I missed it, but it doesn't matter. How we doing, folks? Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for stopping in here today. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream Magic and other strategy games full-time here on Twitch. I'm here 30, 40, sometimes even 50 hours a week. If you enjoy constructed Magic, this is definitely the channel for you. We play Historic and Standard here on Arena, as well as Modern, Legacy, and Pioneer on Magic Online in the mornings. As always, love to give a shout out to my subs. I wouldn't be here doing that without their support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed. I'd also like to plug a couple of my wonderful sponsors here really quick. BCW Supplies, the only ones I trust to protect my paper, Magic the Gathering cards, using code HOAGLANDIA at bcwsupplies.com. You can save 10% on all of your purchases there with them. Grimoire Deck Boxes makes really elegant, fancy wooden card carriers for larger ones like this for up to 300 cards, as well as individual deck boxes. You can use code JeffMTG at their website to save 5% there with them. The Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series is currently on hold with all of the insanity that's going on in the world. I think I'm probably going to take their banner down and talk to them about that. And of course, the inkedgaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. If you head on over to inkedgaming.com/Jeff, you can save a little bit on your orders there with them of custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags. And of course,
don't make your life garbage time. Join us in Hoaglandia today by subscribing to Jeff Hoagland with Twitch Prime today.
yeah, I think there's a chance that we have an okay viewer count on the weekends. Part of why I don't stream on the weekends usually is because competing with large events makes the viewer count lower, but there aren't really large events with what's going on in the world right now, so made sense for my family to start doing some weekend streams, and the numbers will probably be fine. Have we lost a match yet today, by the way? With this deck? I think we're undefeated in this set, right? Is NRG doing any online events? Not large online events that I'm aware of. Did you jinx it? Yep. Something like that. This is my pick for my favorite deck that's also competitive in this format. Yeah, let's do this. We'll save Uro for post Yarok.
Let's slow this. No, I am not making this up as I go.
Alright, am I interested in playing Yarok and getting them to downtick this? Probably. They're probably just going to bounce my Yarok, but I'm okay with that. Then this can attack this and finish it off. The Sultai Frog deck that we're going to finish on today actually seems really sweet. Oh, we might just be getting swept here, huh? Don't mind me, just filling up the board. We have 3 cards in the bin, including this. We need 6 total. You're bouncing my Elvish Rejuvenator. Oh, okay, sure. Are they not a Field of the Dead deck? I kind of assumed they were a Field of the Dead deck. Oh, no. Hushbringer, notably not stopping Field of the Dead. I really feel like they could have templated this card in a way to stop Field of the Dead. Feels like a bit of a miss. Feel like that wouldn't have been unreasonable for them to template. Yeah, they're probably playing Uros of their own, if I had to venture to guess. Scry and upkeep? Nah, I have Arc to just draw a card. Oh, this is the Platinum Angel person we played against earlier today. Yeah, you're super right. So if I attack with these, they block 1, they take 10. Sounds good. Yep. That's a lot of lifelink. If I attack with everything and they block 3 tokens, they gain 8, go to 18, they take 12. They go to 6. So I guess we'll play my Uro out and then pass. In addition to this being flying lifelink, it gives the rest of their things indestructible. Sweet memes are made of these. Who am I to disagree? We're being out memed, chat. We're being out memed. This format's great. That's so excellent. That is just like supremely excellent. I don't even know, like, what are we drawing to at this point? We just, like, have to go wide around this? We need to, like, find a Yarok to go sufficiently wide around this? Is what has to happen? Yeah, Pulse is a teensy bit late to the party. We can put all 4 Disfigures together. All right, so that's GG, right? This is their meme dream right here. Yeah, you too, Steven. I have to often say people don't quit Magic, they just take breaks. It's good to see you back. That was quite phenomenal out of the opponent. All right, so we need removal spells for their things before both of those happen again. This is probably a matchup where Disdainful Stroke's okay. Although maybe it's not. They have a lot of clunkers. Hey, Cougs, thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. Would I rather have Grazer or Stroke? I think I'd rather have Grazer to go in a little quicker. I don't know, Wargy. Their deck seems real clunky. Like, there's plenty of Tefrees and stuff in this format to bounce them. Like, after they're playing the green-white deck that just gets, like, tempoed to heckin', that got tempoed to heckin' back by Teferi decks. Yeah, Disfigure gets around indestructible, but, like, trying to, like, complete the Exodia of Disfigures to, like, interact when they get set up. I think the much better plan is just try to kill their things before they get fully set up. Hey, welcome back, Allran. Hope you're staying safe out there. Exodia Disfigurate. Untapped green source would be great with Cavalier. If we brick, we'll probably play Rejuvenator. Just keep finding tracks of land here. greedy and take Field of the Dead here. I think I want to prioritize getting lands I don't already have. Yeah, if we have some removal spells, in case we break off on the green for a little bit, I have Risen Reef as a redraw here, so. Morning, Miss Spade. Afternoon. Are you in Hawaii, maybe? If it's morning? So it's almost afternoon on the left coast as well. New Zealand, okay. How are things over there? That's not a country I've heard much of in my news feeds. What type of action have they been taking? I think I'm gonna start cranking this up. Bump up, the wump up, the jam. Yeah, I think I'd rather get this castle than take an extra zombie with the Fabled Passage. Just give me something to do with my mana here. Sure. Gosh, we get to draw a card here too. That's so good. I'm just gonna throw Risen Reef back up on top of my deck here. Uni's closed. We've had 10 more cases from full shutdown. Our borders, which are currently closed. Yep. It's like a lot of the rest of the world. See if they have another sweeper here or not. They're up to 5 cards in their bin, so 1 more and they'll get to escape their own Uro. Do not Maelstrom Pulse, do not Maelstrom Pulse their Uro, do not Maelstrom Pulse their Uro, do not Maelstrom Pulse their Uro. Repeating that for my benefit just as much as you at home. And cashing in Blast Zone here sounds good. Get my attack on. Ooh, I found a piece of candy, chat. Yeah, the real world's overrated on a good day. Glandy's great. Okay. Is there a reason to not cycle Uro? Yeah, I wanted to hold a removal spell up. The Sultai Frog deck is actually really sweet. I'm surprised there really aren't enough people talking about all the awesome things in this format. The frog deck giving a two card flip its deck over for Thassa sounds great. Here's the X-proof piece of Exodia, right? I think I'm happy with how we mulliganed there, or how we boarded there. Let's run it back. Hey, nice Vanin. Did they say yes? What day is it? Sunday. Sunday. Fall of Thran was sweet. We tried both an Abzan build and a Bant build, tried sliding things around a little bit, and I think there might be potential to exploring both. Just because I know there's always a lot of churn. For people who are my regulars, weekend streams are going to become the new normal here in Hoaglandia. I'll be taking off a couple of days during the week for the foreseeable future. As long as the world's still kind of crazy. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere, Mr. Bibbs. Treat yourself. I agree, Necker. I really like the idea of having more Magic Arena tournaments, but the idea of having to, like, report matches in a Discord server as opposed to there just being a queue that I enter and pay an entry fee for, like, sounds really clunky and awful. I don't know why there's not just a queue that you play asynchronously. This is our second historic deck of the day. Doing a longer stream today. Let's get rid of this. That way we can get Risen Reef going here. It depends on the environment, Mr. Bips. Assuming they have appropriate equipment at home, you could do a programming job from anywhere. Not having people readily interrupt your workflow could often be a boon when doing software stuff as well. Minga Hamster, thanks for this 5 months. Welcome back. Congrats, Vanin. Cause the dream trolling. Do. You always want a Cavalier trigger before the Risen Reef trigger because the Cavalier trigger could get a Temple, and the Temple would let you scry to set up your Risen Reef draw. So, small edge in either direction, but generally always want to prioritize doing the Risen Reef trigger first. Or the Cavalier trigger first. So we have 7 lands in play. So next turn we can go Forest, Risen Reef, second Cavalier of Thorns, which is great. Get really set up nice and clean here. Alright, what does this attack mean? It means they, like, have a cantrip and are gonna trade? Yes, Geoff. 100%. In fact, I might entertain doing a Hoaglandia sub-tournament before WotC adds official support. We used a website called MTG Melee for yesterday's stream, or for the thing we did yesterday, and it was like, I was super impressed with how clean and efficient it was. It was a really, really well done piece of software. I might attempt to do something with that. I need to see. There's some logistics I have to go through. I have to talk to the person that put it together and see what exactly it would take and what features it has. Fred, thanks for the 17 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I don't know, Knacker. Those are the types of questions I need to ask. It could be a historic tournament in more ways than one. Ooh, Yarok. I've not played a land for the turn, so I'm going to put that in my hand. This also lets me put it into play after Yarok's in play, so Yarok can double up the triggers from it. I don't think that's strictly true, Enya. I think there'd be a number of people that would play Yarok in it, but I don't think it'd be actual everyone. Oh no! Opponent! Please don't shatter the sky! How will I ever recover from you destroying the entirety of my board? It's just insurmountable card advantage. Oh no! I don't know. My backlog of stuff is pretty full. If I get time put aside to work on stream-related stuff, I have someone that sent me a fork of the Deckmaster source code I still have to go through and get set up on my server. That's probably the bigger priority. Do the Historic Anthology 2 cards appear on the overlay yet, by the way? Did those get added? That kind of tells me how much of a priority I need to make it. Are the Anthology 2 cards on the overlay? Anybody know? I don't think I have any in play at the moment, right? Maelstrom Pulse, does it show you Exile? Does Deckmaster know what Maelstrom Pulse is? It does, okay. Okay, good. Yeah, which version doesn't really matter. It has the Unsanctioned Lands too. Perfect. So, I'm waiting to crack the passage till the end of turn in case they add another sweeper effect, chat. So during my upkeep, I'm going to cast Nexus of Fate because this gives me a chance to redraw Nexus for the turn. Oh, right. That's a thing. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Why didn't they kill Yarok there? I have no idea. Probably just because it doesn't matter. Probably because they were dead regardless. Alright, let's do one or two more with Yarok Field. If this next one's a long one, it'll probably be the last one. If we have another quick one, we'll do two more. So it's already 2 o'clock and I want to get to Red-White Siblings and Sultai Frog yet today. Had some long sets. It always kind of surprises me when people are surprised when I mention that I read my YouTube comments. If you're someone out there who's not subbed and you want to send me a message about something or ask a question about a deck, I read every comment in my YouTube that gets posted on my YouTube channel. So just like in my chat, how I moderate things. If people are idiots in my YouTube comments, I moderate them. If people aren't idiots and they're respectful, answer their questions. I think I'm gonna bottom the Drowned Catacombs here. Keep my triple green. Yep. Hopefully they put like 4 Burning Shrimp Mysteries into play here. That would be the best. You'd love to see it. Rude. Really hoping to draw any untapped land here so I can Cavalier of Thorns next turn. You need to refresh your stream, Percy. It's updated. So one more shot in untapped land here. If we miss on the untapped land, we might end up being too slow here. Well, I guess I get to do this plus Disfigure, so it's not too bad. Just gonna do this now, but in case they have. Doing this now is good in case they have like Collision Colossus in their deck. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lands. This is 7. So the land was a good draw there. If this hits a land we don't already have, we get to make some Zomboys and Girls here. And then this can block Questerson, which is great. Get 6 shots at a land we don't already have. Jungle Hollow is perfect. It gains us a little bit of life here as well. That also makes some friends. If they have an Embercleave here, we're in trouble. How many shillings for deck submissions? You cannot add new decks with shillings. You can only bump decks already in the queue. With the asterisk that Shillionaire lets you add decks. You just put another Cavalier on top here, huh? Yeah, 1 million is the answer. 1 million shillings. So I'm gonna do this, and then I think I actually just escape this rather than playing Cavalier here, because this gains me some life, which is ideal. Yeah, I think Beansy's probably around the peak of people who have shillings at about half a mil at the moment. We have 2 more zombies on demand with Field of Ruin here. Okay. Is this Questing Beast plus another Domri's Ambush here? Man, that's brutal. Maybe I'm supposed to play Cavalier, so that way if they have this again like this, I could... If they did this, I could get Maelstrom Pulse back, and now I've exiled it. Yes, I agree. Questing Beast is one of the best Field of the Dead hate cards, in large part because it's a card that's good against us that actually kills us. Fabled Passage is an absurd draw because it puts another card in the bin for us here in addition to making more zombie friends. So once every 30 days, you can gift a sub, or you can gift a sub in sheer bits to get a small number of bonus shillings. So you can't spam it constantly and just pay to win shillings, but once every 30 days, you can get a little bit of a boost. Okay, I mean, again, just like Yarok Field doing Yarok Field things here, being super impressive. If we can avoid taking a trip to Cleveland, there's currently travel restrictions in place, opponent. We would prefer to not take a trip to Cleveland. All right, please don't kill me. Right, cast down, Rider, Trophy in, Field of Rune out, Nexus out, Risen Reef out, click submit. They didn't have it, chat. Sometimes they don't have it. What does cast down meaningfully kill in their deck? Every non-questing beast threat. You don't always have the board stabilized. While cast down doesn't kill questing beasts, which kills us through zombies, a lot of the time we need to be able to interact with their board before they actually get to the zombie state. Yes, the damage, the Domri's Ambush has the creature you target deal the damage. So, Ambush with Questing Beast is dealt with Death Touch. In post-board games, I think there's value in attacking there. In game 1, I don't think so, Drox. I don't think it really matters. So, if we draw an untapped land next turn, this hand is absurd, and we're on the draw in our 30 land deck, so I think this is worth to keep. The payoff is really high if we get there. I agree, Percy. This archetype is much better than Golos in the greedy field decks against the aggressive decks. It's the reason to play this variation of field. You have play against literal everything. I don't think there's a single matchup where I consider this deck just dead, which is the reason why I enjoy playing it. That's fine. That's fine. Their start slow, so the fact that we had a tapped land on 3 just like really isn't a big deal. Yes, Temple is much better than another 5-drop. Whoa! Oh, chat. We got blasted, chat. That's so rude. That's so unreasonably rude. There's a sideboard card. Nice, Mastermind. Yeah, we played a Yarok Field mirror earlier in this set where we both unmoored egoed each other. I agree, Stein. I agree. Untap green. Untap green. Alright, beggars shan't be choosers, chat. We take those around here. Could just be dead here. Opponent's disruption. Being really efficient here. Alright, so we are super dead. Who's got 2 thumbs and dies to Embercleave? This guy. Magic Arena is struggling, chat. I think I'm happy with how I boarded. Let's just run it back. Draw a little bit more lands this time. You thought about putting the second Nexus in the sideboard. I just think it's unnecessary. I think the matchups where Nexus of Fate is your best card tend to already be good matchups, so you don't need an extra card for them. No, I don't think that's true, Empty Hex. I think we're dead regardless. This is going to be our last match with this deck, so, well, I always restart the client during my normal downtime. This has just been a little bit of a longer set with this one, because I like this deck. So 10 out of 10, keeping this. How greedy is it to bottom a land here? I feel like it's not that greedy. I feel like I want all of these. Yeah, the fact that they have Rune Blaster might impact that decision, or is maybe supposed to impact that decision for me. Gonna scry in, try and find an untapped land here. Huh. I think I bottom that, because if they Rune Blast me, I don't have another black source. Give myself a chance to hit the land to play the Yarok. Play out my jump blocker here. Go. I guess it blocks pretty Emissary without jumping too, which is great. Sweet dreams die to BTE. Please ban that card, Watsy. Do 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 do. Okay. How many senators are over 65? I believe I saw the stat that the average age in the Senate this term was 61. So to answer your question, a lot. You love to see it, chat. No! Oh no! We've been punked! We've been punked! Damn kids in the robber of the riches! Holy crap! We've been played like a fiddle! Good golly! I've never felt so wronged in my life! Yikes! I was so excited. I was like, oh, they didn't notice the Maelstrom Pulse. No, chat, they did notice the Maelstrom Pulse. That was the problem. All right, whew, whew. Get rid of that one at least. Let's get him right on out of there. Ugh. Well. They found a Sausage Trophy. Holy crap. Alright, this is like solidly not dead yet if I block here, right? We're taking 5, 6, 7, 8. Or sorry, this is 6, 10. So this way they can't Maelstrom Pulse me next turn. There's only 4 cards in my bin. So I get to Yarok. I get to double Rejuvenator. Hey, if they break this turn, we are still in a fine spot. If they brick, I think we're actually ahead. Looking for life gain lands and Fields of the Dead. Gotta bottom that because there's another Rejuvenator trigger coming. Alright, would I rather gain 2 life or get an extra field? I think I just can't play around. I think I'd rather just have more zombie friends. Like 4 extra zombies. Oh, I should have scryed. That's a pretty big mistake. Oh no! Are they dead on board? Please be dead on board. Please be dead on board. I haven't done the quick maths yet, but I hope they're dead on board. So this is 18 zombies. They're at... They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They take 11. Looks like they're dead on board. Let's scry another one just in case. Whew! Man, that... I love the stabilize and like hold on just long enough. Yeah, that was a great set. Like the clutch stabilization and then the pivot turn, punch them before they can peel their cleave or their... Yeah. That was great. Yeah, I don't really have any changes. This is the card for card, the list that's up on my website. I think it's what we settled on the first or second time we played this since they unsuspended Field of the Dead. 10 out of 10, my favorite deck in the format. If you're someone new to the channel or just haven't seen this deck before, this is one of the many great historic decks you can find on my website, jeffhoagland.com. There's a hand-curated section of decks up there for every format that I make sure to stay up to date and are reasonable in the formats overall. I'm gonna go ahead and hit a quick ad roll, get the client restarted since it's running a little bit laggy before we get flipped over to the next deck. We have 2 more historic decks coming up yet today. Up next, we have a red splash in Soul Siblings, which is a little bit different than the one we tried last time with Lotus Field. This one's a little bit more aggressive, so we'll be back in about 3 minutes. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Don't go anywhere. I have not had a chance to put Green Black Citadel up there yet. So you can still find Citadel and other